Hi, I'm going over the features of Postman today. First, Postman has two ways of listing projects, or what are called collections. These are a group of API calls. I have this one called Branded Quick Renewals. Inside that, we have multiple subdirectories that I've organized by use case. And then inside each of these, I have a single request. Of course, you can have multiple requests, but for this use case, I've organized them this way. By clicking on one of these, you get the type of command. So these are the HTTP verb that's being passed to the endpoint. So post, not really passed, being executed rather. Then I also have this asset-URL. This is an environment variable that I use to replace the URL here, so I can have multiple environments I can interact with. You also have authorization. You can see there's multiple types of authorization that's supported. For this one, I will not use that feature. Then you can specify headers. So for this API request, I'm setting application JSON to accept and content type to application JSON. Have that backwards there. This is going to pass a JSON request. Right? And then again, I have additional environment variables that I use. Renew token, renew person ID, renew campaign. Less known features with Postman are the ability to run tests and setup scripts. So for this one, I don't have any setup scripts, but you can add them here. For the test section, you can see this is basically Node.js, JavaScript. Can't do everything you can in the browser, but a lot of the same kinds of things. And any value that's set here, the test, if it returns back false, it will fail, true, it will pass. And as you can see, I can apply different kinds of logic. Here, if the variable is not set, then I grab it from an environment variable. Here I am, excuse me. Here I am returning if the renewal list isn't returned in the response. Oh, not sure why that happened. Sorry about that. And then I execute another test here. Okay, I'll go ahead and send that. And here's the response. You have three different ways of viewing it. The raw, which is obviously a more compressed format. Pretty, and preview, I believe, is used for more like HTML responses. So you can see how it's going to be formatted. And you see the content type that was returned. Also, the application server set multiple cookies. And then here are the headers in the response. And as you can see, all my 5 tests passed. Status code was 406, which was expected. Took 290 milliseconds, and the size was right here. What's really nice with, oh, I can't see it. Oh man. Let's see if I can make more room here, I'm sorry. What's nice with Postman is that you can get code options for sharing the command. So here, I'm passing a curl command. This is my body of my request. I use this for sharing with the developers. If they're not using Postman, they can just run this from the command line. You can leverage multiple other types of languages that are built in. You can do wget, all kinds of good stuff. All right. If I wanted a more detailed view of the request, go up here, click View, show Postman console. Go back, and I'm going to resubmit this request. See my test still passed. Click on console. Then Postman includes a different view for all of the request headers, response headers. It returns an object for the response body. And then here's the request body, which is in the raw format. Over here is the status code and time to execute. You can clear that. So this is great for running tests ad hoc, but if I wanted to run these As a group, what I would do is click here. I can either run the entire collection or just one. I'm going to go ahead and just run a single one here. Click Run. This brings up the collection runner. This is leveraged more for, like I was saying, groups of testing. If you make a change here in the test builder, you'll need to close and reopen the collection runner. Now I'm going to load a file. So this time I'm loading a file as opposed to using environment variables. And all right, click Preview, Iteration, and now I can see what values were loaded. Right now it's a JSON file with an array with a single item in the array. But you can have more than that, so you can execute the test many times. Click Start Test. And you can see all 5 tests passed again. Over here, you can see that same set of response body that you saw before. Finally, something to note that I forgot to mention earlier. I was mentioning environments. This is where Postman allows you to specify the environment and allows you to set environment variables. You can go here, Manage Environments, SQA, and you can see I have a plethora of variable set and values that are specific to the SQA environment. And that is your introduction to Postman. Thank you.